Hello everyone, this is Cody from ResetHosted.com. I would like to take the time today to show you how to install WordPress onto your website, or in this example I'm going to be installing on a subdomain. It's basically the same way, and I'll show you how to do it and the differences here. First, log into your cPanel like I am currently. Click on the WordPress link. And now it's going to show you your applications, your backups, if you choose to back up, and how to install this application. To install it, click the Install This Application link, and on the next page it's going to bring up all your domains and subdomains. For this purpose, for this video, I'm just going to install it on the one that I've been using to demonstrate these videos with. I'm going to use the free.readysethosting.com. And if you don't have any subdomains at all, you've got domain to domain. You're just going to have one option here. And like we do, we've got hundreds of options on subdomains and stuff on. We've got hundreds of subdomains. I'm sorry. So it's why it brings up that amount of text there. If you scroll on down, you can select your options as far as WordPress on how you want it to update. Now, when it comes to automatic updating, I always leave it on the update to minor versions and security releases. If you can change to update to any newer version if you like, but a warning in regards to that: if WordPress updates to a newer version and they change the script, your theme may not update for a day or two. There's who the creator of your theme is. It may take them a little bit to update to that current version of WordPress, and that could give you some errors on your website. So I always leave it to update to the minor release and security releases. You can set up to do automatic backups or cancel that. I would, if something, I always recommend doing automatic backups, of course. Reason being, if something happens and the website crashes or you go into the files and mess something up, you can just back it up. So you don't lose everything essentially. Now the next tab here is your settings, where you create your username, your email address you want to use, and your password. For the username on this, I'm just going to do, like I said, this is all for video purposes and tutorials. So let's do, I'm just going to do McFry. Now, if this is a actual domain and it's going to be the front page of your website, I would use something a whole lot harder than that. Don't use something simple like this. And for the same thing goes for the password. I'm going to use a simple password just for the purposes. Well, it says it's pretty strong, but it shouldn't be that strong. I would use something hard, possibly even encryption if you have to. Now, you're going to input your email address here where you want questions and comments coming from people accessing your website. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to use one of the email addresses I use for everything for spam. I can't even think tonight. I'm sorry, it's getting late. Alright, the next section is website title. This is what you're going to call your website. And for this, I'm going to just do free website. And then your tagline is what's going to be displayed under that. Also, the best way to think of that is like your slogan to your website, what you offer, etc. Create a free website with ready set hosting. Now the next part here is limit login attempts. I highly recommend you do this. Reason being, there's bots all over the internet that will try to break encryption and log into your website and wreak all kinds of havoc. If you do not limit the login attempts, that bot may eventually gain access. With that enabled, what happens is after I think it's 3 invalid login attempts, it locks it for 20 minutes so it can't log it again. Then I think after 4 more failed login attempts, it blocks it for 12 hours. Also later on, you can go in and configure what happens after the first 3 bad attempts. You can change the time that it takes for it to log in again. You can set it to notify you by email. There's all kinds of options out there. Next, after you're finished and get everything set up how you want it, click install. Now this could take a second depending on how fast the server's running. This is our main server, so it may take it actually a second or two here. Now here, we'll show your domain name. We installed on a subdomain though, so it's going to show free.readysethosting.com. If you installed it on your main domain name, for example, it'd just be readysethosting.com. Here is your login information, or your login URL rather, free.readysethosting.com/wp-admin. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you to the main domain just to show you that the install was successful and what it looks like on the default installation. You can tell free.readysethosting.com that is already up and running. Our servers are normally pretty fast on automatic creation. Next, I'm going to show you how to actually log in. Now, from this page, it's not going to ask you to, probably won't ask you your username and password because you're logged in to your cPanel. But just in case, you may want to write down your username and password that you created in the previous page. So here we go, log in. Yeah, it didn't ask me for a username and password. Okay. Now, this is your WordPress dashboard. On the dashboard, this is where you change everything on your website. You can install new plugins, install a theme, create new pages, add users, and create new posts, add media, add videos, add links. WordPress is pretty powerful for what it is. It's actually a free program. That's why we love it. And there's so many plugins and themes. It's just unbelievable. But that's going to be as far as I go in this video. The next video make will be how to install a theme into WordPress. I hope this has helped. If you have any questions, please send us an email at sales.readysethosting.com or please contact us by phone. Thank you. Have a good day.